Mind your own business. Holy crap.
Oh, God, gas.
Another bump in the road, man.
I work hard here.
I don't think that you do. Most people look at a stump, they see a stump. I see opportunity. My name is Steve Blanchard, and I'm a master chainsaw carver. Creating killer wood sculptures is my business. Together with my right-hand man, Pete Rieger, our apprentice, Ryan, and some of the best saw dogs around the globe, we always find a way to get it done. Eat, sleep, carve. It's what we do.
This wood is awesome, man.
I don't care how awesome it is. That's my f***ing business.
Well, you weren't around, so I had to make the deal.
I told you not to do that. How many times I got to tell you not to make it? Calm down. Mind your own business.
Nice, buddy.
Melissa Stubbs just came up from Stunts Canada
Okay. You guys are just mean.
and taught us all to jump out of the barn and fall like the professionals do.
So I got to see what it's like to be a stuntman.
Attaboy. Well, you almost missed it.
And Steve even jumped, you know? I got to see the old man airborne.
Don't hold your breath, because you'll knock the wind out of yourself.
Come
Let's
on,
see it.
old-timers.
Let's see it. Attaboy. I'm looking forward to what Steve and Pete can come up with to capture the essence of what we do as stunt performers, what Stunts Canada represents, and what Alex Green represented. Alex was the founder of Stunts Canada in 1970, and he was a huge fan of the Westerns and John Wayne. He was a gun spinner. He thought he was a cowboy.
This commission is partially a celebration of the 40th anniversary of Stunts Canada and also as a memorial to Alex Green, who is probably one of the greatest stunt performers that the world has ever known.
Well, we can play off that whole Western stuntman image and get some of that imagery in there.
If it's going to be on your wall, you're probably looking for some kind of a relief. In other words, a one-dimensional scene that's made to look three-dimensional by carving in at angles.
Old school 3D.
Old school 3D.
I like that.
We're charging them $50,000, and we're gonna have to call in some hired guns to get this job done. Welcome to Saw Valley.
Thanks for having me out, man.
I tell you, Steve, this is going to be the guy that's going to do this project.
Jason Emmons is going to be the lead carver on this project.
I was drawn to the chainsaw carving because you could take a raw piece of wood, a very crude piece of equipment like a chainsaw, very aggressive, very loud, and you can create art. I've got a few ideas. You know, they sent me out a little bit of information on the project.
Good, because these guys don't have any.
I worked at a sawmill for 10 years before carving. I finally had my first opportunity to meet a carver, and that carver happened to be Mark Culp. He's kind of been my mentor.
He works at a different speed than us, though, Steve. We're like in slow motion. He's like in high speed. Boy, he's just taken off. It's something he's born to do.
Sounds like Ryan's coming.
There he
Oh,
is.
yeah.
Steve says he's got some nice slabs for his project, some nice 3-inch thick redwood.
Well, we don't have wood like that in Indiana.
I can tell you that. It's going to lend itself well to what we got to do.
This is Ryan, by the way.
Hey, Ryan, what's up, man?
Jason, nice to meet
Hey,
you.
nice to meet you, dude.
This is the guy that runs into the barn with the forklift.
Oh, this is the guy, huh?
And I didn't know we had our guest carver Santa Claus this week either.
You want to start with the drawings?
I ain't got nothing on me.
Where's the crayons?
In the back here.
Yeah, why don't you go get them?
I will do so.
Just wanted to get rid of him.
Oh, you got crayons with you.
So let's see what you got.
Kind of got this vision of this relief. You know, an old Western scene, Western town, you know, guy being tossed out of saloon. Thinking in the forefront, we got this cowboy.
The scene is a Western stuntman getting shot and coming through those saloon doors and busting through a hitching post. It's an action-packed piece. What about having the rest of the street here, like the old Western
Nice.
town? Deep relief is tricky because you have to get all your perspective lines right.
Your lines are going to be straight up and down right here.
All those planes have to line up on the wood, or it's just not gonna look right.
I wouldn't want you to do that on the carving, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Do we have time to do all this extra stuff?
The more we talk about this, the more the project grows. And it's a little bit of a panic, you know, with the time frame that we're sitting in. Run the saw along this seam here, get them butted up nice and tight, and we're gonna have plenty foot. Where's those saws, man?
In the barn, ready to go.
Seems to me like they should be here ready to go, don't you?
You asked me to,
Ryan, go get the saws,
you
man.
asked me to get the forklift. I'm not learning anything when they're barking at me. All it does is just piss me off and makes me look stupid in front of the new guys. Go get the saws. Go get the saws.
So you guys have fun with this thing, man. You know, this isn't like 4 of us can work on this thing, so just go ahead and dive in and enjoy yourself, and I know you will. Me and Pete are gonna take off.
I thought I'd take Steve down to the beach and make a little art for art's sake. He's been pretty stressed out lately.
I know that Pete wanted me to come here and unwind, but I got a commission going back there. That is my art for art's sake.
So what, you're not carving? You're just gonna sit there and watch?
Yeah, I'm gonna watch this spectacular inspirational event here. Are you an artist? The crowd's beginning to arrive already.
I'm not here for an audience, I'm here for myself.
A little frustrated. Ryan was supposed to have all the saws ready. We needed these saws like yesterday, man.
I know, sorry, they were pretty messed up.
I'm running around looking for saws now. It's not the way I like to work. I like to have things organized, ready to go. Grab a 250 there.
I got 2.
Yeah, one with the long bar, one with the short bar.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You know, we're trying to match cut, which basically means you got your 2 slabs. You're trying to cut that same line down both slabs at the same time. Just that slightest bit of jerk or jiggle throws that off.
Oh,
Out of gas.
another bump in the road, man.
Mind your own business.
This commission is the memorial to Alex Green.
Alex was the founder of Stunts Canada.
The scene is a stuntman busting through a hitching post.
Oh,
Out of gas.
another bump in the road. And look at, like, you had that much more to cut.
from the end.
Ran out of gas almost through the first cut, and things just went downhill from there.
Dude,
I didn't prepare that saw. I didn't think you guys were using it.
I know the guy's young and learning, but that's a pretty big mistake. I mean, that's the first thing you do. We're gonna have to cut this again. Is that a new chain on that saw?
no, I don't think so. There is one with a brand new chain and bar, though.
The oiler's gone on it.
No, there's another one.
Compression isn't working properly on the other 44 that has the regular bar. I tell Pete that they need to fix these things and nothing gets fixed.
It's not looking too good. I bring my buddy Jason in. This is what we're doing, refiguring.
Then when things don't work, it becomes my fault.
Why aren't these things done? Why isn't Ryan trained to do this stuff? And if it's his fault, somebody needs to speak to him about it.
You gotta talk to the boss and the foreman.
Where
the
are they?
foreman runs things.
Where
I'm
are
just
they?
the extra hand.
Gonna have to have a little talk with Steve, talk with Pete. We need to get the whole situation fixed.
We just need a sharp saw is all we need. Pretty tight time on this project, and we're not making very good headway right now. Well, I wish we'd have had that right first time.
Want to do it one more time?
Yeah. 3rd cut. 4th cut. 5th cut. Finally got a product we can use. That's pretty good, actually. Not the best start in the world. It's chainsaw carpentry 101.
So here we are at the beach, watching Pete carve sand. I didn't want to come to the beach carving. It's kind of the problem that I have is it takes a lot to excite me. But I saw a log I might pick at, you know. I kind of been eyeballing it. I may do something with it.
So we're a little bit behind the gun on the get-go. Hopefully we'll regroup here. We're going to glue these things up, put some screws in it, get this thing tight. I'll lay out the piece, do some drawing, and then hopefully we can tear these saws into those planks and get going. But it's a big relief carving. It's a little bit different than the normal, 3-dimensional walk around giant piece of wood. You start out with a piece of wood that's bigger than what you need. We started out with pieces of wood that were smaller than what we needed.
I found a piece of wood. I think it spoke to me. I'm not sure, but it was a better show than over there. So I moved my chair over, and I'm gonna communicate with the log, you know, go back and forth, have a conversation, create a relationship with the wood, if you will.
Why'd I even bring this guy? I guess because he's my boss, and if I didn't bring him, I wouldn't be able to go in the first place. You lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink.
Think of this thing in planes. What's the furthest away? What's the closest up? We're starting at plane 4. We're going to drop back to 3, drop back to 2, and then drop back to 1. We're only adding these blocks of wood in the areas that are going to need to be sticking out away from the saloon.
Like the roof and the railing, bring that out. We'll need some more wood then, some more slabs.
Hopefully, we got more wood.
We got more wood. I'll have Ryan go get it.
See how good and tight them joints are when you got a saw full of gas?
Yeah, that's true.
I just started, you know, listening to the wood. All of a sudden, it was like I was freeing this thing that was in the wood. Wilson!
I think Steve had a little bit of fun today, maybe just a little bit. Got through that thick heart of his.
Once we get these pieces in position, then we can start carving them. But until they're glued on there and solid, there's no way we can carve it. It should be solid enough to carve on it maybe an hour or 2.
Perfect. I'm dying to get going.
How'd it go out there?
It was the beach, man. How bad can it be?
Should have been here. We had some problems. A real slow start. I think all because of Ryan.
Oh, boy.
I don't think he understands his apprentice duties. You know, he kind of picks and chooses the things he wants to do.
Steve and I come back, and Mark informs us that Ryan's basically been screwing the pooch all day.
I mean, it was embarrassing because here we got Jason coming in. He's picking up saws that are running out of gas. He's picking up saws that aren't sharp.
No way.
Yeah, I mean, it really slowed us down.
We've told him 100,000 times what his job is here, what he's supposed to be doing, and he's not freaking doing it.
We'll take care of it.
Thank you.
What's up? Have a seat. I told you this morning that I wanted you to get those chainsaws ready for those guys, and it's my understanding that they weren't ready.
One of them ran out of gas. I didn't know they were even going to use it, and I was scrambling.
You know, if I had this job to be around a bunch of world-class carvers as an apprentice,
Yeah, I appreciate the job. I mean, I work hard here.
I don't think that you do. I'm gonna have to fire you, man.
Out of gas.
Another bump in the road.
Ryan's basically been screwing the pooch all day.
I work hard here.
I don't think that you do. I'm gonna have to fire you, man.
When Mark came to us and told us that you're basically dogging it, excuses, whatever, those saws, if they're not working, you take them to the shop. You know that. We got to have all that stuff up and running, man.
If that's what you got to do, that's what you got to do. But I think you should know I didn't take this job for granted. I mean, I can work harder and not screw up more. Whatever you need. I don't want to, like, lose this job.
May I, Steve, say a word?
Go ahead.
I know he's messed up, but I mean, I've messed up. We've all messed up. You know, he's got promise. I know he's a young buck, right? He's a bit of a loose cannon, but weren't we all? You know, you remember what it was like being his age? So what do you think?
I don't want to ever have one of these carvers come back and tell me that again. I'll give you a shot. Go ahead.
Thanks. Sorry. I think I'm walking on eggshells now, but it just means I got to work harder and do more.
Give the guy another shot. I would have wanted another shot. Pete was right about that.
I'm glad Pete, like, saved me. And, you know, I won't let Pete down. Hopefully tomorrow will be better.
I gotta provide a detailed list for this kid of his duties so that he has basically a checklist so that I can call him on it.
Last night was pretty rough. Getting fired was kind of a shock. So today I'm gonna work above and beyond.
Jason now is ready to go. He's going to be cutting out all those lines, be working everything back to the different planes that he had planned out. So I'm going to let him be.
Typically, my carving style is full throttle, full on, but this piece is different. You're almost into detail right away. Got to kind of control myself a little bit because I just want to power down and just chunk the wood out. All that prep work is obviously, you can already start to see, is going to save us tons of time in the long run. Smell of sawdust. The carving's coming along pretty well. Forefront of the carving is nice and flat, everything's square. Believe it or not, the part that I thought would be the easiest is the background. It's becoming the most difficult.
You know, those lines of those buildings, they gotta disappear and converge in the background. If you don't get that right, it just looks wrong.
I actually carved a little scene in there, and then we cut the whole thing off because it didn't look right. It's really screwing with me and Mark.
It just really messes with your mind because you're trying to get that visual of 3D, but it's not 3D, it's two-dimensional. We're losing it. That's what our problem is.
Right.
We're running out of material. We can't just keep cutting it back and back.
Thankfully, Steve came in.
I love doing reliefs. This is my favorite thing because it's more of a mental game. I've done a few reliefs and had this exact same problem because it's all angles and lines that show depth. It's not necessarily depth itself, and that determines the angles of the streets and the angles of the buildings. Pretty trippy, huh?
It is very trippy, man. We're about done with chainsaw. It's down to hand tools. You nailed it, man. You nailed it. We've got to get in behind every little shape and form of this piece and clean out the sawdust, clean out the fuzz, and create those shadows. And that's all done with these Dremels and hand tools. Being this is somewhat of a memorial piece, some of the stores in the background, we're going to name after Alex Green.
You know, Ryan, he's watching us carve, and he's really into it. And I think that's part of the reason why, you know, Pete stuck up and said, wait a second, we can't fire him, because he really wants to be a carver.
That looks so good.
Hey, boys! Oh. These guys really need a break. So we're gonna pull out the snowmobiles. We don't have any snow. Doesn't matter. Let's go!
I'm game. We need a little break. Looked like it'd be a lot of fun.
Pretty fast!
Where's he going now?
And Steve gets on that thing, and he don't know anything but full throttle. Pins it.
Holy crap.
Steve pins it. He don't know anything but full throttle.
Holy crap. I gotta say, I laughed a little bit at first, but then I was like, oh, dude's hurt, man. You okay?
We run up there. He doesn't look like he's doing very good. Are you okay, Steve?
You nailed that handlebar good.
Oh, man. This is where we could have used a real stunt man, not like an old man like Steve. I don't know if he's gonna be okay.
You all right?
I'm not even broken.
Falling like that hurts. I mean, falling like that for me would really hurt, so I don't know how bad of an injury this is.
Damn!
Look at that thing.
Holy crap, eh?
Jesus. Ouch. We might need to take you to town.
No, I'm all right.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
So, guys, since old Steve-O Knievel's down for the count there, he's gonna be bedridden. It's up to me and Ryan to fill the gap here. What do we need to do?
Cool. It's gonna be a late night, so we might need to put some coffee on.
Carver's coffee.
Yeah. It's kind of tough to step in where someone else left off. So that's gonna be a trick in itself. This thing goes out tomorrow.
Gonna be a long night, boys.
A long, cold night.
Super late night, lots of black coffee. Love to stick around to check out the reveal, but I've got a couple big commissions of my own. Got to get back, you know, time's money.
We've been working really hard on this project. We're gonna reveal this piece to the client. We don't want you working too hard, you know, so we got you a little something there. You just take it easy, all right?
What a guy, what a guy. I got a couple of bruised ribs from my little stunt. Probably didn't do it exactly the way I was supposed to, but I'm still in training. Get this thing over there.
Yeah, maybe we shouldn't have given him
that's a bad idea.
We shouldn't have given him a stick.
There's one there. Over here. This thing is good, man. I'm gonna hang on to this. I'm glad you guys gave this to me. Ow!
Melissa came up with the concept of this piece. I'm really excited to see how it turned out. It's really unfortunate Melissa couldn't be here because of work today. Okay, where is, wow.
Check it out, man.
When I first walked through the door, my first thoughts were just amazing how intricate it was, even from the distance I was at.
What do you think?
Alex would love that. I really love the carving. I love what it means to us. I love the spirit.
What I really liked about the piece is that it really helps capture the spirit of Alex, you know, because he's an Australian guy, but he's kind of outback, gun-slinging, whip-snapping Australian guy.
Notice the name of the hardware store is Green's Mercantile.
Yeah, this is fantastic detail right here.
Go, Alex, action.
There was a tender moment there when they saw this and they realized how much meaning it had for them. I was really happy to be part of that.
Really like to thank Steve and the boys for putting this all together because they did a great job on the art. It's just absolutely beautiful.
The reveal went perfect. Really proud of the guys and happy that I was able to participate in Alex Green's legacy.
All right, nice.
I was told today of Steve's botched attempt at a stunt. He's got such potential for a 60-year-old man. To start a stunt career at that age is quite remarkable. So we'd like to induct Steve into the Stunts Canada Association.